What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Don't Work for Money. This channel is trying to accomplish three things. We try to help you get the job you want, excel in the career you have, and ultimately invest wisely so you never need a job for your livelihood in the first place. Today, we're going to harp on point three, and this is a special message to all of my minorities out there. I truly want to convince you that investing is the only way to attain this financial freedom that you're looking for. And I'm going to show you exactly how to get started. I'm going to show you what to invest in, or at least what I'm investing in. And I'm going to show you why it's so important that you take that first step and you take that leap into the investing arena. So stay tuned to the very end, and I'm going to actually give you a special bonus by showing you a little bit of my portfolio and what I am investing in personally. So I want you to understand why to invest first. First and foremost, if you are a minority, that means that you are in a community where only 20 to 40% of your community actually invest in the stock market. Other races and ethnicities are investing so much more, up to 60 to 70%. And that just means that wealth gap and that poverty divide that we always kind of talk about and harp on is going to continue to grow and expand. And we are actually in a position today where we have the opportunity to set ourselves and our families up for success in the future, but we are not taking it. I just want you to think of all of our freedom fighters of the past and all the work they did to get us our civil liberties and to get us our freedom, so to speak. Without having the economic freedom to go along with some of those changes in the legal system, we are still technically in bondage. I know you feel it. I know you understand it. And even Martin Luther King Jr. understood it. I quote, he said towards the end of his life that there is nothing new about poverty. But what is new, however, is that we have the resources to get rid of it. I'm going to let you sit with that. He said we had the resources to get rid of it. But how can you get rid of it if you're not actively taking the steps that are required for you to grow your money, for you to grow your nest egg, and to have the impact and the influence on the future generations? So, how do we really get started investing? Well, we really get started investing by doing a few really simple things. You can open up a brokerage account, and a brokerage account is essentially just like a bank account that allows you to buy stocks or bonds or other paper traded assets. And there are several websites that you can go to open up a brokerage account. Some of the ones I use are Fidelity, there's Vanguard, there is M1 Finance. Those are a few of the ones that I actually use myself. So I would just walk through a scenario. Let's say we're going to set up our account on Fidelity, and through opening up a Fidelity account, you're going to create your password. You're going to go down to the information section and enter your address. You might have to enter your social security number, but it's a very easy process. If you just take about 30 minutes, get your passport or your driver's license or whatever requirements they have, and just walk through the process and create your account. Once you create that account, the next step will be linking your bank account to this investment account. You do that by just simply going in, routing it to your bank using your bank's routing number and account number. And then over the next day or two, you'll be verified and you'll be able to start investing money. It's just that simple. It really is. And once you have your account linked, the next step will be selecting stocks. So the $1,000,000 question is, what do I invest in? The way I think about investing as a strategy is keeping it simple and not trying to overcomplicate the actions that I take on a monthly basis. So instead of picking a bunch of individual stocks, I pick what are called ETFs. This stands for exchange traded funds. And these ETFs are kind of like an all-star team of the best stocks in the world, all in one umbrella. And you don't have to go and cherry pick. You can just have exposure to all of these stocks. So there are a few that are really good. Some are more conservative and some are more aggressive. And I am not a financial advisor, so take whatever I say as a grain of salt. But I just want you to understand exactly what I'm investing in. So I'm gonna give you my strategy, and then I hope that you follow suit and find your own strategy. But once you have your brokerage account set up, then you can just go directly into the search option, type in VGT. That's an example. This is a fund of all tech stocks. And I strongly believe in tech stocks. That's what I personally invest in. And the reason why I invest in these tech stocks is because those companies are the companies that are propping the entire stock market up in the first place. So you type in VGT, you'll see a list of all of the stocks within VGT. If you search the stocks within this exchange traded fund, you'll notice that there's Apple in there, and there's Amazon in there, and there's Netflix in there, and there's Nvidia in there. And so these companies are breaking ground on AI technologies, and they're working on quantum computing, and they're working on all of these cutting edge innovations. You want your exposure to something that can grow over time because that's where the world is going. If you say, I'm just going to take that $500 that I would have put in my new car note and I'm going to cycle it through into one of these investment accounts, such as VGT, which I mentioned, then you can see what that calculation would look like in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years. And the way I do that, and the way I tell other people to kind of get comfortable with what that investment could yield for them, is to just get online, type in investment calculator in Google, pull up a screen, and start to play. So type in, I start with $0, for example, and I invest $500 at the beginning of every single month. And put how many years you're going to invest that. Let's say 10 years. And then you change the interest rate. I'm going to select 12% because that is an interest rate that, if you look over the last 50 years, the stock market has returned roughly 12% on average. And when you are hedging your bets with these tech companies, yeah, you're going to have volatility. Some years they're going to go up 30%, and some years they're going to go down 15%. But over a longer span of time, you're definitely going to have the opportunity to get that 10 to 12%. Now, this isn't, again, a guarantee, but this is something that will keep you from losing money by just sitting it in the bank. So you invest in a fund like that. And then last step is you set it and forget it, at least for a few years. And so you're going to tell your brokerage account that every single month or every 2 weeks or every week, depending on how you get paid, I'm going to take out this set amount. And once it hits my account, it immediately knows I want to purchase as many shares or as many fractional shares of this stock portfolio as possible every single month. And it's just going to do it on autopilot. So you don't have to think about it. So you set that up, and what happens is you don't even have to worry about the price of Apple this month or the price of Netflix stock this month. All you have to do is know, I'm buying $300 of VGT. I'm buying $500 of VOO, which is another one that is like an index fund of several stocks. You set it up that way, then you can look at the returns you've gotten over the last 3 years, 7 years, 5 years, and start to make real life decisions on what you're going to do with that money, how you're going to reinvest that money. Maybe now you're ready for some riskier investments. Maybe now you're ready to, take that money out and pay for college or pay for experiences or fund the business that you're so passionate about and build even more wealth. And this is the first step, is just setting aside these funds. How do you get this money? Work harder at your job, right? Get promoted, get some expansion, make more money, or let's say you invest in yourself and build your skill set. And so you're taking courses, you're getting your RN license, you want to be a professional, you go and you get specified training, you go to a coding boot camp. You do all of these things to increase your earning potential, but instead of blowing that money on things that don't make you wealthy in the future, you store that extra money and those extra resources back into these stock portfolios. You feed the machine, you feed it, and then you let compound interest work. And when you do that, you'll notice over time that the amount that you made in interest outpaces the amount that you actually put in real dollars and cents from your own bank account. That's when you've reached the golden point. So, as you think through how you invest in these stocks, I just want you to understand that the process can be simple, but it's so powerful. And my people, I'm telling you, if you want to get out of the rat race, if you want to make a way out of no way, this is the easiest route to get started. All it's going to take is a little bit of sacrifice, a little bit of dedication, and a lot of belief that I'm going to set my money in something and not touch it for 5 years and not touch it for 10 years. If you can do that, I promise you, you'll have so much better of an opportunity to be free in the future than if you just hope and wish and work hard, because working hard alone is not going to get you there. So without further ado, let me show you my portfolio. So I invest on M1 Finance in one of my accounts. If you can look at my split is 85% VGT, which is the fund that I've been telling you about, 10% NVIDIA, because they make chips that help power all of the AI innovations that are going on in the world. I think that this stock of the future, and I'm going to continue to put the same amount into this stock every single month. And then I got 5% in Microsoft, just because, one, everybody uses Microsoft at work, and two, they own almost 50% of OpenAI, which is again another one of those cutting edge companies that powers ChatGPT. And I know everybody uses that. And I'm just looking at the long term horizon and thinking, yeah, they'll probably be making a ton of money in the future. So that is my portfolio. I hope that you take this advice. I hope that you really, really hone in on the fact that as a minority, you gotta set yourself up to be successful in the future. And the only way to very quickly and easily get in the investment game is to just open up a brokerage account, throw some money in, and every single month purchase stocks on autopilot. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time, energy, and effort. As always, do what you need to do to be successful in the future.